This is Eddie Hearn, Matchroom Boxing. You're watching Sporting Icons. You don't need to be anywhere else.
Where, oh where is boxing heading? What kind of theme is boxing going to have going forward, where all promoters are trying to outdo each other to be the first to have done this, that or the other? Now, I'm all for a bit of change. I'm all for a bit of gimmick, if you like, and trying new things. I'm very, very on board with all that. And with Eddie Hearn, I understand that what he wants to do, he wants to be able to tell his grandkids and what have you, that I put on boxing shows and I put on 90,000 people at Wembley Stadium. We had an all-purpose built arena in Saudi Arabia. Who else is doing that? No one else is doing that. We're the first. We're groundbreaking. And that's great. Nothing wrong with that. But I do worry about the gimmicks going forward. And I'll put this in the description box for you guys under the source with some of the gimmick ideas that Eddie Hearn has. And I understand right now, wherever it is that they put Anthony Joshua versus Kubrat Pulev, doesn't really matter due to the limited to no crowd participation. So whatever they do with Joshua Pulev right now doesn't really matter. But it's going forward. I wonder what kind of ideas he's going to have when he's starting to run out of the big ideas. Is he going to start putting Joshua in a bull pit at the fun house? I don't know. Is he going to put Anthony Joshua in the McDonald's play area? I don't know what it is that he's planning on doing. I really don't know. A mud wrestling, I have no idea what Eddie Hearn wants to do. But his latest ideas is that, what in his own words, he says quirky gimmicks. So Anthony Joshua is his performing clown at the minute, but by the looks of it, he's using Anthony Joshua. That's his tool to do strange and wonderful new things. That's what he wants to do. Anthony Joshua is his performing clown, if you like, at the circus. That's what it is. So the latest ones, which I don't mind, to be honest with you, a couple of them. First of all, the Colosseum in Croatia. I don't mind that. At the end of the day, boxers today, they are the modern day gladiators. So to do a complete U-turn and go back to where it all started, that's wicked. I love the idea of it, the theme of it. I love history, all that kind of thing. So that would be great. The other one is a castle. What castle is he talking about? I don't know. I mean, I've been to many, many castles here in the UK. In fact, I was at one in Bamborough Castle last weekend. So to put on a show at a castle, that's fine. But again, very, very limited spectators. They'll probably put it in the courtyard. As long as he doesn't come out with harebrained ideas of having ring card girls wearing, I don't know, some medieval clothes. Joshua and Pulev coming out on horses with jousting. I don't know. Maybe Joshua beats Kubrat Pulev and Joshua will sit on a throne with a crown at the end of it. Joshua is a king on the division. All that kind of theme that they're going with. So the medieval theme at a castle, that's cool. But the latest one is a boat. Well, it also says a hotel as well, but who cares about that one? A boat, a bloody boat. Now, of course, we're not talking a canoe, we're not talking a speedboat here, we're talking obviously a ocean liner. So when you're looking at it, it's going to look like his shows at Monte Carlo, which to be honest are pretty poor. I've yet to see a Monte Carlo show that made me go, oh, that's a good show. Honestly, I haven't seen one yet. But the theme of it is going to be very small. It's going to be a hall, if you like, or the ballroom, should we say, on an ocean liner. It's going to look quite posh. It's going to be quite swanky. It's going to be people dressed in very, very fine, nice clothes with the suits, the tuxedos, with a little dicky bow, eating the caviar, the lobster, and drinking wine from 1742. Speaking very, very posh on a boat. Now, when a boat goes down, for those of you who've seen Titanic, when the boat was going down, what is it? You want the rich and the famous toffs to be the ones who drown, not the poor folk, right? So this is going to be a big boat full of rich people that couldn't really care less about. But what Eddie Hearn wants to do is not just a groundbreaking, we've done this and we've done that when no one else is doing it. He wants to rub shoulders with the rich and the famous. The common folk are no good for Anthony Joshua no more. Those who have been buying tickets since his Olympic days, from his professional debut up to now, going and watch his shows at Wembley Stadium, at the O2 Arena, at the arena here in Newcastle, wherever it may be, you ain't going to be able to go no more unless you're rich or famous or both. Because with the limited spectators for these kind of places, whether it be at the castle, the Colosseum, and especially the boat, there's only going to be a handful of people who are going to be able to go. And you're going to have very, very healthy bank balances to watch Anthony Joshua. Now, okay, so we can still go to the regular fight night, so we're left with the dribble, the tat really. And for those who don't really plan on going to watch Anthony Joshua anyway, it's going to make no difference. It's going to look the same on TV. So the only people who are really benefiting from Anthony Joshua fighting in Saudi Arabia or on a boat or in a castle or the Colosseum, wherever it may be, are those who are going to be in attendance. Those people with very, very healthy bank balances who wouldn't even appreciate what it is that they're doing. These people have no regard for money, no regard for anybody who's outside of their upper class. So they're not even going to appreciate it, but that's what they want to do, just so Eddie Hearn can tell his grandkids, well, we put Anthony Joshua on a boat, we put him in a castle, we put him in a Colosseum, 90,000 people at Wembley Stadium, Saudi Arabia, and of course he's doing the Matchroom Garden shows as well, which of course is kind of groundbreaking, but not really. I'm pretty sure that they have had actually some, or helped put some fights on the Garden before. I think Steve Goodwin put on a show or two there as well. But again, I might be wrong on that one. But either way, it's something new, isn't it, the Garden? But on a boat, a bloody boat, that's just madness. And hopefully Anthony Joshua isn't seasick. Hopefully he isn't, or maybe he's fine, but on that particular night, he's going to be seasick. Not going to be able to perform. Kubrat Pulev knocks him smooth out. How's Eddie Hearn going to feel? Eddie Hearn is forgetting the feeling he had after the Andy Ruiz Jr. first fight in New York, where he felt guilty. Was it Andy Ruiz Jr.? Was it the right opponent? Maybe I pushed that one a bit too much. Maybe in Madison Square Garden, maybe we shouldn't have done it in that particular time after Miller pulled out, and all these kind of things that he was having doubts, is it my fault, is it my fault? But because Anthony Joshua won the belts back in Saudi Arabia, that seems to have been erased. The guilt seems to be erased, and now he wants to come out with new quirky ideas. I don't know what's next. Argos car park, I don't know. I really, really don't know. In the swimming pool, that movie Absent Without Leave with Jean-Claude Van Damme in the bottom of an empty swimming pool, I don't know what it is that they're planning on doing. I don't know. I really, really don't know. But what I do know is that going forward, after this Pulev fight, Eddie Hearn is going to want to keep on breaking boundaries. And that means crowd participation is going to be very, very limited unless you have very, very healthy bank balances. And that's the facts of it. And it is a fact. Now, what Eddie Hearn doesn't realise, because he doesn't have money worries, he's got no regard to losing 50 quid down the back of a sofa or it blowing out in the wind, he doesn't care. So for him, yeah, of course you can come. Yeah, get a ticket, you can come on the boat. Because he doesn't realise that people don't have that kind of money. You know, those who are going to be going on the boat, £100,000 ticket, for example, because you can only put maybe 500 people on there. So a cheap ticket would be 10 grand or something, okay? Regular people don't have that kind of money. Those who have been helping Joshua, those who have, let's be honest, made Anthony Joshua. Of course, Anthony Joshua's had to make himself. Of course, he's had to perform in the ring and do all the kind of stuff that he's been doing. But without the fans, he wouldn't be able to achieve it, because the fans are the ones who put money in their pockets. But suddenly now, you know what, we're above that. You common folk, behave yourself. Go watch Joe Cordina. That's what you're going to be doing from now on, and that's my problem with it. That's really my problem with it. Now, I know that Pulev and Joshua were supposed to be at the Tottenham Hotspur football stadium originally. I know that, and it's not his fault or anybody's fault about what's going on in the world. It's not their fault that they can't do it at the football stadium at Tottenham anymore. But going forward against Kubrat Pulev, I don't care. You can put it on an Argos car park. I don't care. Because ultimately, we can't go anyway. So it's going to look the same on the TV, no matter how you look at it. But with Eddie Hearn, because he wants to be rich, mixing it with the rich and famous all the time, that's why he does his podcast. And he only has celebrities on there. That's why he talks about how he met, was it Ed Sheeran or whatever it may be. And he's been speaking to Dana White. And that's what he wants to be. So he can go off and tell Daddy, hey, Dad, I've done this. And Dad, I've done that. Because he always wants to try and outdo his dad. And nothing wrong with a bit of family competition, or maybe get a pat on his back from his dad. There's nothing wrong with that. But at the end of the day, let's not forget, the British fans can turn off very, very quickly, as much as they got turned on with the Anthony Joshua, the roller coaster ride that he's been having. They can turn off too. If you start doing these gimmicks, people will turn off. You put this fight on a boat, it ain't going to go down well. And I'm not talking about the boat. I'm talking about the fans. It's not going to go down well. I mean, the Colosseum, I can understand that. The castle, I can understand that. But once the castle's done, the Colosseum's done, and a boat's done, what's next? What's next? I really don't know. In front of a cinema screen? I don't know what's next. And that's what I'm worried about. That's what I'm really worried about. Anyway, Eddie Hearn, he's thinking about putting Anthony Joshua versus Kubrat Pulev on a boat. Not a canoe, not a speedboat, but an ocean line cruiser. Drop your thoughts below. Click thumbs up, subscribe. Catch you all on the next video.